Hello there and welcome back to the Dyson Sphere Program. Yes. Back on it for one last shot for the week. Before the weekend comes up and we play other stuff for the weekend. But, anyways, yes, welcome. And also, welcome to the new subscribers. We had a few more, so, over between episodes, which was awesome. So yeah, welcome. Hope you decide to stay, if you're watching this. But I said it usually on Monday anyway. We usually get subscribers over the weekend, which is nice. But anyway, we're back in on the game. Let's go ahead and hit continue here. So yeah, some weird things have been happening lately. I don't know if it's because of the game or what's going on here. Yeah, my profilers have pretty much completely stopped. Even though we fixed coal, they have completely stopped in getting where they need to go. Yeah, as you remember last time we did fix the coal issue, but I think it was a little too late. Because we're now with this. Barely any. I mean, there are profilers stacking up in here, but I have to limit the storage on a lot of these logistic stations. Yeah, and I've also been having a trouble with the Dyson Swarm. Every now and again, it'll go from like 70,000 down to like 30,000 for no reason whatsoever, even though I'm constantly firing. Well, I'm firing every time the planet rotation, but I'm not losing that many between rotations. I maybe only lose a couple thousand between when these things are ready to fire again. Only lose a couple thousand. But it's weird, like sometimes I'll just lose like 20,000 just out of nowhere. And then it takes several rotation cycles of the planet in order to get that back up. And sometimes it takes, even longer than that. It's so weird. It's been weird happening. But yeah, I've spent so much time in the game because I was kind of trying to figure out how to do the Dyson stuff. As you can kind of see, something really weird has happened. If you don't know what this is, what's going on. But yeah, our Dyson Swarm now, I figured out how to, finally figured out how to place cells, which I could not figure out for the life of me what the heck and how you do it, because it's not explained, at least that I can find. I even tried looking up information on, on the internet and stuff like that, and they don't specifically explain what you need to do in order to place the cells. They just tell you what you need in order to have the cells, and um, cells, not cells, solar sails. When you have a Dyson Swarm and a Dyson Sphere planned, the solar sails will go into the Dyson Sphere automatically and form the cells. But the problem with that is it doesn't tell you how to place. It doesn't actually tell you how to place the cells. It just tells you what you need and what's going to happen. But so if you're confused like I was, in order to place the cells, oh my gosh, look at this thing! It's really crazy. But yeah, in order to place, we're gonna place the cell. We'll place it here, and then we'll remove it because I don't want to put all the cells down and then lose my entire Dyson Swarm. So as you can see, our Dyson Swarm is taking up over half of our power generation. Dyson Swarm is, it's not quite, it's a little under half now, but so 2 gigawatts with the Dyson Swarm. So we don't want to, we don't want to mess with that. I thought I had to do something with this bar, but you can't do anything with this. It's just a bar. It just highlights when you hover your mouse over it. So yeah, in order to place the Dyson, or the cells for the Dyson Sphere, it's so that you can start having this happen. As you can see right there, you can see the swarm going into these nodes. The swarm is coming from the Dyson Swarm, So you do have to have the Dyson swarm already there, um, and they're all just flowing in, creating these lines, all flowing in, and then forming the cells, as you can see here. So here's how we do this, exactly specifically. So you click on your Dyson shell layer, whichever one you want to plan, and then you just like, okay, I was clicking on this, I was like, okay, there's nothing here, um, but so you click on the Dyson shell. You know how you can pick these different designs. You click this, right, and you're just like, yeah, you can click that all day long, and nothing will happen. Um, that's just the design you selected. That's all that. That's all that is. But in order to actually place the cells, which I've never done, and I can't believe I didn't accidentally do it, um, I had to watch somebody on YouTube do this. So yeah, you just click, boop, and as you can see, boop, it's now there. Now we're gonna remove this. There we go. Because like I said, I don't want to. You don't want to place. Yeah, I had to watch somebody actually physically do this in order to know what the hell to do. And it's just like, so they're like, click this, and they click this, and I'm just like, yeah, but that doesn't lead anywhere. And then they're just like, boop, and I'm just like, what? um, so yeah, that's the shape of the cell. I thought that would be like the entire swarm, or not the swarm, the entire Dyson sphere. That's what that would be. But no, it's just that's just the design. I kind of like the honeycomb. The honeycomb design, that looks pretty cool. So yeah, I planned it all the way around the center ring here, and that's where we're going to start. So as you can see here, I've got planned 140,000 140,000 solar cells is what I'm going to need, and we've absorbed 6,000. So we're, it's going to take a while. Constructed 12,000. So we're being absorbed 6,000. So okay, we've constructed 12,000 out of the 140,000 that we need. That's going to take a very, very long time. That's why you don't want to plan out all the way like I've done this, because then you get these huge, huge gaps that don't really do anything. Unfortunately, that's ultimately why, that's what I've discovered, that it's ultimately why you unlock the research in stages rather than just the entire thing. You unlock it in stages, and when you unlock that, what you want to do is start planning out the Dyson sphere and have that stuff ready to go and start getting into your Dyson sphere within that small gap all the way around. So then by the time you unlock the next research, as we didn't do, but by the time you unlock your next research, you will have most of it completed, hopefully. If you've got enough materials flowing, then you can do the next set. Or start planning on the next set. I'm going to do a lot cooler Dyson sphere next time. This was just me not knowing what to do and just kind of designing it as I could. So yeah, see, earlier when I was, I get that 6,000 has been, or is being absorbed. 6,000 is being absorbed. So we're losing quite a bit. But before this, earlier, I think it was a little bit before the save when I checked it, when I was trying to figure this out, I was at about 65, 70,000 solar cells. I know they're being absorbed now, but even before I put this down, pretty sure there was a huge drop because I was getting huge drops before. It's like one of the last times I had checked it. It was something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what happened, but yeah. We've been having drops where we'd lose like 20,000 or so out of nowhere. That was before I knew how to do this, so I know that this was not the cause because I didn't know how to do this yet. But yeah, now we're finally getting there, so we know what to do next time. Next time we play a new game, but these games can go on forever, Much like Factorio, usually you play quite a bit past the end game, unless you were specifically going to do the end game. But I'd like to do more exploration, get more of the that looks so cool. Get more of the stuff. Kind of get going here. One of the major issues I've been having is hydrogen. I've been having a huge overabundance of hydrogen lately, which has been not fun because we're slowly losing our dependence on hydrogen for certain things. So we're not using the hydrogen as much. Like, you know, early on you might use hydrogen and oil to create graphene and hydrogen, or graphite. Sorry, yeah, graphite and hydrogen. The only dependence we have on hydrogen now pretty much is this. Where is it? Over here. There you are. So this is our only dependence on hydrogen, majorly. Now we're out of hydrogen. I don't get it, man. It's been all over the place. But yeah, we get quite a bit of that. Yeah, this is a huge downfall. We had ran out of this stuff for a little while. So we were not able to make this stuff for a little bit. We weren't making ships, unfortunately, because we need these to make ships. We need the fuel. I need a better way of making that. I think I might know a way. But yeah, so there's yeah, so there's that. I guess. Finally did catch back up on coal, though, at least. This game has ran many hours past the point where we left off. Oh yeah, I put this here. I just kind of did some little things, little tweaks around the place. I figured out why this said 7 veins. I was retarded. That was my fault. It's because I had buried it, so I used this to unbury it. I was just like, wait a minute. It says there's only 1 vein there, so I removed it, and I was just like, I wonder if I buried that, and sure enough, I did. I did at some point. I did bury those. Oh, we're running out of titanium ore, so I'm going to put this back. I also picked up all of the coal miners on the Earth-like planet. On Murok. There we go. Yeah. I did pick up all the ones that were mining coal because we were completely out of coal, so it's just like I might as well have those. Inventory. Running low on iron ore, but that's okay. We got plenty of it. We will get more. Not a big deal. I don't know if there was any other issues that I remember and I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at the cells. Yeah, they're really starting to get built. Yeah, this one, after I had figured this out and let it run for about an hour to see if it was going to work, I just kind of, that's where I had paused, or not paused, that's where I had saved, so that we can come back in and discuss it. Looks really cool though. I enjoy it. I'm having a lot of fun with this game still, even though I've got some issues with it here and there. What's wrong with this? Yeah, here we go. Hydrogen is a problem again. I don't know why. It's just such a problem. So I've been just doing this instead of clearing the filter. Just right click. I need to find something to do with my hydrogen, I really do. Rather than just throwing it away. So once one of these gets full, that's when I because we need heavy oil, or refined oil, whatever. Um, we need refined oil. Are we done on hydrogen for this one? Okay, we're just about out of hydrogen. Good, good, good. Yeah, unfortunately, we have a problem with hydrogen. I need to find something to do with it. There's got to be something I can do with hydrogen that both benefits me and gets rid of it in mass quantities. Like this stuff, you think this recipe would be good, but I'm already doing that. Plus, those things are super expensive to make. That's why I don't have a machine making them. That's why I don't have a machine making a lot of things, just because how expensive they are. Either I don't have the materials, or I just don't have the numbers in order to produce. Then this one's been out of... this one's out of nanotubes, isn't it? Yeah. We're out of nanotubes because of the heavy oil issue. Or actually, it's because of this, but I just can't make this fast enough anymore. Wait, why isn't it? Oh, it's not saying it's sprayed because we don't have any spray, like I said. Unfortunate. What I'm currently waiting on... Yeah, we're out of nanotubes again. These things are slow. Oh yeah, by the way, these are quantum chemical plants now because we had the quantum chips and stuff. So I was just like, okay, this is a problem. So I upped them to a quantum chemical plant, and they're still not fast enough. They're still slow. And look at this. I need to find that one plant that makes that you just get nanotubes from it. You gotta mine this. It's called spiniform stalagmite crystals. So yeah, then you can turn these directly into nanotubes. I mean, you can skip this whole step, which you need titanium and graphene, which would be nice. I think if I do that though, I think what I'd do is I'd probably mine it, turn it, because I don't need that stuff for anything else. As you can no doubt see, because I do like this feature where you can click on something and it tells you what it makes or what it can make. It doesn't tell you everything, of course, but you see green goes into white or it goes into this. Solar sails go into that. We also got this stuff too that we need to start making. Mass energy storage. Photons can be inverted into antimatter and hydrogen under under the effect of supermagnetic field. And then we got the annihilation constraint sphere. It is a crucial component of artificial stars to confine the annihilation reaction within the sphere to obtain suitable and controllable energy output. That is nuts. So this also goes into antimatter fuel. I guess that's something else you could do with the hydrogen. This looks very, very complicated. You need like several components. So this is the critical photons. A critical state photon can be converted into antimatter and hydrogen under the action of a supermagnetic field. I'm guessing that's what this new building that we got was for. The advanced mining machine. Mining facility. Using the quantum chip to positively intervene the photon group generated by the exciter in the transition process and can lead to obvious branching effect of the laser beam under the action of special gravitational field. The focused laser beam rapidly heats the ore veins along the predetermined path, transports in the form of particles and encapsulated into cargoes. It can be built more convenient and has higher gathering speed. The collected ores can be transferred or out by conveyor belts or logistics drones. So this could go straight into logistics drones? What, really? Yeah, but we also need those crystals, which we don't have. We don't have the optical grading crystal, which you can't make. This is mined. Yeah, it's a big project. Ultimately, what are we doing here? Actually, not doing too bad. We're starting to get more and more energy from the Dyson shell rather than. Okay, the Dyson shell has overtaken the Dyson swarm, but as you can see, we're dropping in Dyson swarm quite heavily, even though we have plenty of sphere, plenty of sales. As you can see, we're maxed out on sales here. But of course, there are also tons of them being absorbed. That's the other thing you got to be careful with. Is once they're or if it's being absorbed, then you be careful with that. It's cool though. Yeah, I know we ain't got anything done in the past 30 minutes, 20 minutes. uh, I don't exactly know what to do past this point at the moment. Kinda in between worlds, so to speak. um, because I really can't do much. I need titanium, or I need a better way of obtaining this stuff. A better way of obtaining sulfuric acid. Looks like we have caught up though. In some regards. Yeah, if we could find some of that more rare material. I don't think there's any in. Maybe there is. ETA or ETA Orionis. We got ships coming back and forth from there already. We got organic crystals. We got the optical grading crystals, which we need. Fire, ice, and crude oil. That's about it. Water. They got water. What about that one star we want to move to? Is this one it? Yep. Epsilon Corvi. They got the spiriform stalagmite crystals, the ones that make nanotubes, but there's not very much of it, unfortunately. 45 million, 39 million, 21 million, 30 million, 20 million, 12 million. Let's see. Let's scroll out even further, trying to find the stars that are closest to us. So we're not going, a million miles. What have you have got 18 million of the crystals. Okay, so we can go here for our crystals. And the organic crystals as well. Which is really nice because we need those organic crystals. The kimberlite ore seems pretty nice. We got fractional silicone as well, which is another rare mineral that we can use. Because fractional silicone, I think you just mine it and turn it directly into those other things. And then we got kimberlite ore, which, yeah, okay. So if we can go to this system and get these two, or we should get all four of them. Get them all going to a logistics station, like a central logistics station, and then sending that to us. That would be great. That would be really great. Unfortunately, the stone stuff that we need isn't there. Holy crap, look at this. I see there's also this type star. It's a black hole. It's purple. We got the optical grading because we got 17 million there. Unipolar magnets. Sulfuric acid oceans. I actually want to see what that looks like. Oh, this one's cool. Holy crap, look how many planets are in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 here. So this planet specifically. What is this flashing? We also got this one. Oh, this one has the sulfuric acid lakes. It is a volcanic ash. Sulfuric acid makes sense, though, for a volcanic planet. Or at least that can make sense. There's not a whole lot of other stuff here. Which, yeah, if we can get the organic crystals, the optical grading crystals, those two as well. And the sulfuric acid from here. This is quite far away. It's 16 light years. And you got cumberlite ore as well. So this one has the optical grading crystals that we need. It doesn't have that other, though. That one also has optical. It's a red giant. It's got hydrogen and deuterium, but it's only 0.05 second. So it's not very good. Oh, it's that one. Like there's some cool. Yeah, if I can find a place to get deuterium, that's real close. That would be great. One has some deuterium. It also has these. There's a lot to think about this. I do like this this here though. So apparently this is a black hole. Oh yeah, sure is. Does it bend the light? Well, maybe if you're near it, it'll bend the light. That looks really cool though. Love how it's like it's purple from far away. It's only got one planet. Hasn't been sucked in yet. It's frozen. Oh, that makes sense. There's no sun. It's just a big frozen rock. 22 light years. That's quite far. Yeah, we got a lot to think about here. Oh wow, actually, actually getting some of this done. Oh, there's only 18,000 solar sails in orbit. Oh wow. Yeah, we're absorbing a lot of them. All the ones along the middle here kind of been absorbed as well. Yeah, that's the weird thing is it's like I'm firing like many of them out into the world. Yeah, it's not as robust as it used to be. Anyway, so what's today's plan? I don't know. I don't know what today's plan is exactly. I think we should get. I need to see which system I'm heading for. Does this have what I need? No, it has the organic grading crystals and stuff, but that's not what I need. Okay, yeah, we're gonna head for Ellipson Corvi. Epsilon, sorry. Ellipson, what the fuck? Epsilon Corvi. We're gonna head there. I think we're actually mining coal from there, if I remember right. Or have we not been here? Maybe not. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go there and get the 4 rare minerals. 1, 2, 3. Or 3, sorry. These and this, and probably that too. If we can get all of that sent to a central planet, then we can have that sent back here. But what I'm also thinking about doing too is nah, you know what? It's fine. Alright, what do we have in store here? We don't have a whole lot of solar panels left to do that kind of other stuff. Yeah, if we had... I'm trying to think, what would be the best option for moving to a new planet, a new solar system? How are we going to get power there? That's going to be an issue. We could try to build one of the... Where is it at? Oh, there it is. One of these things. Let's see, this needs this. Actually, we could do that. And make it a replicator. We're making 3 out of the 4 of these things. The Annihilation Constraint Sphere. Does this thing actually have power? It does have power. 72 megawatts. That's... Wow, that's actually kind of good. Energy type is an ion current. Energy efficiency 100%. Made in assembler. So all you have to do is let the positive and negative photon beams quietly cross the magnetic field from both ends in the constraint sphere. Nice and easy. This scaled down version of the system is known as the mini sun. So we could use one of these, or we could use these if we were building them. Maybe that'll be our plan today. Let's get something that we can make artificial stars with. just make some artificial stars. No big deal. It's fine. So it takes 30 seconds. Wow. It takes 30 seconds to make each one of these. So 12 seconds. 4, 8. We're making a bunch of that, I'm sure. These are the hard ones. The frame materials, we're only making enough for our ships. Well, how many machines, or how much do we need? We need 20 every 30 seconds. We make 20, or we need 20 every 30 seconds. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. That's 5. Wow. So you need 5 machines making this. Or, no, you need more than that, but you get 5, 10, 15, 20 machines making this. And that would be 20 every 6 seconds. Sorry, it's every 30 seconds. We need 20 of them every 30 seconds. If we make one every 6, we can only make 5 every 30 seconds. No, if we had 5, we make 5 every 6 seconds. So 5 machines there. I don't know what my math was doing there. You make one of these every 20 seconds, and you need 10 of them. Wow, that's a lot of machines making that. Luckily, these aren't too bad. I'm making a bunch of this. If we could get... Because we're going to need this for other stuff, aren't we? These things. I think. Yeah, this one also gets made into fuel, but you need a ton of other stuff. Yeah, so how many would you need then? It takes 1 every 20 seconds, so you need 10 every 30 seconds. So if you had 10 machines, that would be... Yeah, that'd be 10 every 20 seconds. 5 every 20 seconds. Now you'd need about 8 machines, I think. 8 every 20 seconds. 9. I don't know. This thing's going to be super inefficient if we get a machine to build these. So... Yeah, you remember this spot we got over here? That's kind of empty now. We could make those right here. So all we need is one of these, and probably 5 machines. I'm just gonna do 5 machines for now. It's just it's gonna be inefficient no matter what I do, because I just don't have the resources right now. What I need to do is I need to get other places to make stuff for me, and better blueprints and such. Let's see. I want to put a space in between. Right. Oh yeah, I forget. Forget that there's that new way of building. So we need build this to here. Wait, what's this one bringing in? Iron? Can you bring me processors? And can you bring me these? And yes, bring me both of those. Just use that one. Okay, we'll just build that out to there. Then build this one out to there. Then we'll have our 5 machines. Oops. I should put this one down here. We'll have one belt going this way. So it's going to be input, input, output with a bit of power. Okay. Then let's set the recipe to this thing. Shift click these. Yeah, 5 is fine for now. So that. We need to remove this and this. Okay. Got power. Give me power. Thank you. Is there anything nearby that's being sprayed? Not really, no. Gotta pick a little bit of a remote location for that, for profilers. These things are super, super expensive, so we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna put this here, but we're only going to have maybe 100 demand. Filter that. There we go. Oh. I've used all the filters. Unfortunate. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We just won't put it back in that. Instead, we'll run it like this. So we're going to have one machine. Come on, there we go. Machine there. Then we're going to have storage boxes surrounding it. This is going to be our miniature sun maker. Artificial star. See, this sounds incredibly useful because you could take this anywhere, and it's just free energy. I'm assuming it's free energy. Well, it's not free energy, but it's not free energy in that sense, but it's free energy as in I don't have to rely on something else to bring me energy. I can slap this down and I can have energy. You know, I mean, you can do that. I guess that's true with solar panels too, but solar panels produce a very little comparatively. So this one needs 3 other boxes. Oops. So we're going to put that there. We're going to put that there. Put that there. And of course we're going to have... Actually, if I put this... If I move this to, say, here, and we put this right here, just like that. Pull that to there. And we'll just have a box right there. And pull this to here. Guess I didn't need this many. That's okay. These things are rather interesting. Can you burn these as fuel? Nope. Okay, they're not fuel. I'm trying to burn everything as a fuel. Because there is also a achievement for burning, like, I think it's every fuel in the game. It's probably what the count is. Not sure though. Production. We're gonna put it here. Then we have the room. Just going to bring this to the middle here. Middle of the machine. And then we're going to set this to miniature sun. Fill you up with all those. Okay, now we'll put our boxes down. So, one box there. Don't put it on top of me. Sometimes you get stuck when it puts it on top of you like that. Hopefully they'll fix that in a future update. Okay. And transportation. These. going to set this up right now. This is a request. So then we're just going to copy. Paste. Paste. Get a bit of power. Okay. Then this one is going to request the quantum chips. Quantum chips. Where are you? Everything glows blue. It's hard to tell the difference between anything anymore. It has one route available. There, I'll send my drones out. Yes. Just immediately going to this, though. This sounds incredibly useful. So it's just like I'm going to immediately do it. Okay. So we also need that in titanium. So the frame structure material, there it goes. It's not going to go get very much. We're not making very much of it. And then titanium. Titanium has cotton back up, or has caught back up. We were like empty on titanium, but it looks like it has caught back up. Let's send that right to there. Okay. And that can do miniature suns when it finally gets the material. Let me go see about those frame structure. Oh my gosh, look at our Dyson Sphere. Where's our swarm at? It's gone. It has soaked it all up, man. Yeah, it has soaked it all up. There's none in orbit anymore. Hardly. I mean, they are there, but they're not in orbit anymore. They're being sucked up. Wow. This thing cannot keep up for the life of it. So frame structure. We're making the frame structure here. So here's our frame structure, right? Is that what we're low on? No, we're low on the fuel rods, I think. Well, not anymore. We've actually caught up. Well, that one's kind of... I don't get it. Like, some of these take priority over other boxes. That's really weird. We're starting to build a little bit of a thing in there. At least we're firing them constantly now. Okay, so frame structure. Yeah, a lot of the frame structure gets taken away. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 of those. So what if we take it up to 15? Can we take it up to 15? Do we have the space? I might have to remove some of this. Yeah, we're going to go in and remove a bunch of these. I've also noticed too that even if these are full, so I'll show you here. So as you can see, we got no accumulators on us, no empty ones, right? If you pick one of these up, even if they're completely full, well, this one's, it's not completely full, but it's there, okay? It's got its power in it. It immediately goes empty. And if I place it back down, it's empty. That sucks. I noticed that. Just like, that's kind of a shitty thing to have happen. It's like you need to pick up and move some of your accumulators because they're in the way or whatever. Then you kind of screw yourself because you're picking up accumulators and it immediately drops the charge of them. I'm not a big fan. Okay. Pick up those accumulators anyway. What I need to do is get like a I need to I need to start making more of those other things, but I don't think it's needed anymore. Don't ask me what I'm talking about, because I don't even know. Okay, well, that's the best it's gonna get, so. Alright, these belts. I guess what you could do with this, couple this with this, this style of building, is do like this. And because the belts need to be there. That way you don't have to pick up afterwards. And then just leave like these not connected. Then we shift click. And then I don't want to click and drag because I want to place. So that's right next to each other, and then space away. So space away. I can't click and drag. There we go. Then we'll give it power. We're going every one of them. It's getting one of these. I could probably use the other ones with much better effect, but you know how I am. A little bit lazy sometimes. It's like, do I really want to? Yeah, and then I can remove those without having extra materials in my inventory. So I pick up the belts. I guess it would also help if you just knew the exact distance that you needed. Okay. There we go. What are we missing here? We're missing something. Nanotubes. Ah, the freaking nanotubes. That's the whole point of the stars. Yeah, so I can take those stars and go mine that other stuff and get the nanotubes I need. Because, kinda sucks that these nanotubes take so long to make. Oh, now we're not. What are we out of now? Graphene? Really? Oh, that might be because we're full of hydrogen again. Over here this time. This happens. I should have flown the other way. It's actually closer the other direction. I bet you we're full on the hydrogen. Yep. Sure are. Stupid hydrogen. Let's keep taking until it gets below 100 or so. Because even though this is a better recipe, the hydrogen is a big issue. Do it that way. Alright. Now we're making the graphene again. We were really low on that. Oh, I could turn these into quantum, whatever the who's and what's it's. I just need some quantum chips, and then these can make faster. There we go. Quantum chemical plant. Make 10. Yeah, we'll make 10 for now. Actually, need to be making 12. Make 2 more. Actually, 4 more. Then we can make 10. Oh, whoops, I'm out of chips. That's fine. That's fine. You can always go to the store and buy more of them. Run out of chips. Just don't try to make your own. Unless you know what you're doing. Sorry, terrible joke. Oh yeah, that's right, you don't have to do that, so you can just go boop. I like that you can upgrade them in place. It's really nice. Saves for a lot of work later down the road. Yeah. One more. There it is. Okay. Then we can make... oh, what are we out of? Because we need to make... so we have 12, we have 2 here. What are we low on? Titanium glass? No. Oh, we're low on the matter stuff, and then quantum chips are good. Okay, so we're low on that that other stuff that doesn't matter, or I mean the other stuff that does matter for the recipe. Where am I producing that at? I'm producing so much that I forget where I'm producing stuff. Where else I might be producing stuff. Ah, here we go. Oh, there's tons of it here. I don't want to right-click this and take it all out of here. So just grab like 200. And we need to make 10 of those. Okay. And we can fly back over and upgrade these. Yeah, I completely forgot that we had unlocked this new quantum chemical plant. Although it's not much better than its counterpart. I mean, it is better, yes, but it's not much better. Like there's a small increase for how expensive they are. It's not worth it in my opinion. Like it is worth it to upgrade, yes, but it's not worth it as far as cost goes. Because you need quantum chips, you need the antimatter or whatever it's called, you need the titanium glass, and you need the regular chemical plant. All of that stuff for only a ×2 speed. That should be like ×4, man. As expensive as that is, maybe not ×4 might be a bit much, but at least a ×3 maybe. Something. ×2 is not a whole lot faster. Okay. There we go. Still cool looking though. These quantum ones look much better, I think. Look at that. So cool. And you got the one on the back as well that's swirling around. Very nice. I think we are starting to catch up on these sprays now. In certain areas, I do need to increase the production of it, but the problem is there's titanium in the way still. There's still titanium in the way. Still doing good on iron. Yeah, there's still a bunch of titanium in the way. Just as long as these don't ever get backed up these lines, I'm fine with keeping this hooked up here. Actually not doing that good, is it? I'm actually going to... Actually, you know what? Let's put in a splitter here. I don't think it's the... It's not really the belt that's the problem, I don't think. The belt speed, I think it's just limited on how much you can put out this way. Or on this belt, so it's suffering. Because it's kind of restricted by our material already being on there. So let's see where we have the issue. Once it catches up, of course. Yeah, it seems to be having an issue right after the second one. Let's hope that can catch up. Yeah, using a splitter doesn't exactly help. Actually, a splitter might be worse for this situation. Just because it's being split even more down the line. And you know it'd probably help. Doing this. So we put this to here. Put this one to here. Just like you got more outputs, might as well use them, right? Because it's infinite on the transporters. There we go. That's gonna look that's looking much better. And I don't know if it'll ever get caught up. Might need a third belt. Sheesh. We are mining too much titaniums. Or we are using too much titaniums. Yeah, but enough room for a belt here at the end. Actually, kind of sort of getting caught up. Alright. Yeah, I just seen it. It just caught up. Okay. What was I doing? I got distracted. But yeah, we need to mine up this. Actually, I probably need to build like... We need to start thinking about these things. Oh no, we can't. We can't start thinking about those things yet because we don't have those crystals. We'll have them eventually. It's just like, man. Need so much. And we're not even spraying. This is why we're using so much titanium, because we're not even spraying it anymore. Yeah, there's a huge problem. This stuff here. I'm gonna leave you like 400 in there. We're not using a ton of magnets. Here, have this. Yeah, my profilers are not as robust as they used to be. There, now we're actually spraying the titanium that's coming in too, which is good. So now that stuff will last longer. Just as long as this keeps flowing, I'm fine with it. But yeah, the nanotubes are also a problem. This stuff. And limited this to 2,000 so that these could get filled up as well, so that they could get to where they needed to go in different areas of the planet. But it's a huge issue still. Right, how are we doing on these portable suns? Have we even built any yet? No. Oh, I didn't hook them up. I'm an idiot. I thought, oh man, we haven't built one yet. What the hell? Of course not. Didn't have the materials. Said it takes like 12 seconds? Or no, 30 seconds. Sorry, it's like 30 seconds to make one. But this one can make it at its own pace. And then when we have enough of them, we'll send them out. Or we'll go out to another planet and place these down. We'll just kind of... I want to place one of these down, though. Oh my gosh, they're huge. Oh, they need fuel. Okay. So they're not free. Alright, that's fine. I'm actually fine with that. Is this generating power? No. No way. No, it's not generating power. Okay. What kind of fuel does this need? I just wanted to see, but... Okay, does this tell me what kind of fuel it consumes? No, it does not. Does it matter? Speaking of. Wrong fuel type, okay. Hold on, I think I have some of this. I'll take this out. This? Nope. We need to put this back in there. Pretty sure it told me, I'm just stupid. All you have to do is let the positive and negative photon beams quietly cross the magnetic field from both ends in the constraint sphere. Nice and easy. Scaled down version of the system is known as a mini-sun, or as the mini-sun. It doesn't tell you what fuel it consumes. Let me see about this new fuel. Maybe it consumes the new fuel. Antimatter fuel rods. Can be made into a more stable fuel rod by using the strong restraint of annihilation construction sphere. It will be safer this way. Yeah, it's the mini sun says nothing about. I use this one, hydrogen fuel rod. With further development of cryotechnology, hydrogen can be simplified into making fuel rods for higher combustion energies. Energy fuel rods can greatly increase a mecha's fuel power generation. 54 megajoules. I never did make any of these. Can I make one? I need a bit of hydrogen. I can't even make one. I need to make one because I need to burn it. I don't think I've ever made a hydrogen fuel rod. Mass energy storage. Photons can be inverted into antimatter and hydrogen under the blah blah. Annihilation reaction within the sphere to obtain stable and controllable output. What type of fuel does this take? Let's make some hydrogen fuel rods. I mean, we have like a million hydrogen. Why not, right? I don't think it's that. I'm pretty sure it's not that, but I need to make one anyway, so. Yeah, we'll just go up here and take a bit of hydrogen. We need to anyway. Keep that nice and clear. Okay. What else do we need? Oh, we can make these. We can make like 20 of them. Sure. I'm gonna use all the hydrogen. Oh wow, these make pretty fast. I don't think it's this. Oh, that thing is floating. There's nothing holding that up. Maybe magnetics. It's magic. No such thing as magic. C. There we go. I'm gonna take some, put them in here. I'm gonna take these. Oh, yeah, those. I'm gonna take those out. Okay, so do you take hydrogen fuel rods? Wrong type of fuel. Nope. Okay. You do not take hydrogen fuel rods. Okay, then the only other option is either magma, which I don't think we can even get, or these things, antimatter fuel rod, end product fuel. End product fuel. Okay, so this is an end product. Okay. So you need hydrogen, you need that stuff, you need titanium, and you need 12 of this positive thingy-majig that I have no freaking clue. Oh, this turns that into that. But it's a recipe, what? But you can turn into hydrogen fuel rods, antimatter fuel rods, and you use these for the universe matrix. Okay, yeah, so this is the recipe we need. Ray receiver. What? Really? You do this in one of these. Photon generation. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, look at that. That's really cool looking. I mean, it's slightly brighter than, obviously this, but so you get these critical photons. Okay, so that's what the photon generation is for. I see. Interesting. Critical photon. You have converted the Dyson Sphere energy into a critical photon for the first time. It's a critical state between energy and matter, and it's easy to split into positive and negative proton pairs. You'll be able to store the star's energy as antimatter. Oh yeah, so this as well. This is another milestone. So that, when I first figured out how to place the cells within the Dyson shell to plan them out, I built a bit of a Dyson Sphere cell, just a little bit of one, and it completed the milestone. So I got that with off camera by accident. That's okay. I think that's okay. We still have a few other stuff. Quite a bit down here. We haven't even done any of this. Um, wait a minute. Which one is it? This one. So I'm going to put, I don't know, a big old box, sure, just to collect this stuff into a box. Interesting looking stuff, huh? Yep, we'll just put that stored in a box. Sure. These are, oh, they're full of on source. Oh, we should probably get another box that actually stores these things, so that they can continue making. So that we have a ton of them, because we're gonna need them anyway. There. We could just suck these up. So this was waiting for more of these. We need more of these. There you go. Okay. And it's not, these aren't, like, you can't, like, yeah, can't put that in there. Same with this. I'm just checking all my options, okay? Okay. So put this, nope, that's not a fuel type. Well, that's a fuel type. What about this? That's not a fuel type either. Okay. Hey man, gotta try everything. Wish I could, like, nullify this, that I'm burning this. It's the only way to do that is to fly around. It's hard to maintain a constant. This is really difficult. I can't do it. I can't do it. Not happening. At least we'll burn out this rod here. Just by walking around, burning up them rods. Oh, we're over here. Glad I tested this. So I need to figure this out. Oop. That's fine. Okay. We've got 15 of these. So does this directly tell all you have to do? Okay. Profiler. It just says energy type, ion current, power efficiency. It should say fuel type, to be honest. Profiler stacked as a 60 point. No idea what that even means. You know, honestly, if you don't get any benefit from these being sprayed, from things being sprayed, you shouldn't be able to spray them. Like you can go through the profiler, but it won't spray it because you don't. There's no reason to. You don't get a benefit from it. If you know what I mean. I mean, most stuff can be sprayed, but there's certain things that you're not going to get any benefit from it. So it just shouldn't be allowed to be sprayed, I guess. I don't know. Just making it more. Just thinking of ways to make the game more more easy to understand. There's a few things this game could do that make things more easy to understand. Or making these things. So okay. So this is done with these. In what? A particle collider. Okay. A particle collider. Dang it. Particle colliders are so expensive. It's a miniature one. That's the only one, I think. Yeah, particle colliders are just awful when it comes to price. I grab one of those. Actually, 2 stacks of those. Yeah, particle colliders are some of the most expensive things out there. And we need a bit of these as well. Which is unfortunate because we have to take them from here. Okay, what is this? What are these low on? Oh, the stupid nanotubes. That's the whole point of what I'm doing, though. The whole point of what I'm doing. So we need titanium rods, and we need the things. The little other things that I can't remember the name of right now. These things. What else? Oh, titanium rods. We should have some titanium rods delivered over somewhere. Titanium rods were being delivered. Trying to remember. Here's titanium rods. They're being delivered over here. Right over to this box. Sure. Because I only want one for now. Alright, photon collider, whatever the fuck. This thing, particle collider. Let's make me one of those, please. We're gonna go over here to where this thing is. I'm guessing that this is probably it. So, right now we have one. And this recipe here, which needs both hydrogen and antimatter. Oh no, it creates hydrogen and antimatter. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, so we're gonna put this over here then. Where'd it go? There. So we're gonna straight from this box. Oh, we should probably spray it too. Well, I know we have to spray it, but oh, we can do it. We can do it. Yeah, we really should. Even though they're not technically not expensive to make. I should probably have a profiler still, just to make sure we get the most out of what we have here. Alright. So these ones go into there. Unless it had an I don't think it had an inserter back. Oh, it did. I'm an idiot. There we are. Okay. So we'll just have it go from here. Oh, we won't do that just yet. Okay. Put this recipe as this thing. Because these, what do these fuel rods need anyway? Or how much do these fuel rods need to be efficient? It takes 24 seconds to make 2 of them. Okay. And this is in an assembler. You need 12 of each. You need 12 hydrogen and 12 antimatter. Or 12 positive vote, whatever the hell. Jeez. So you need 12 and 12 of those within 24 seconds in order for that to be for one machine to be efficient. Okay, this takes 2 seconds to make 2, so it's 1 second a piece. So yeah, we'd have that. So we could actually do 2 machines off of that, but I'm only going to do 1. Antimatter fuel rods. That's actually a pretty good recipe. I like that. I like that we're making more than we need for one machine. Like it's like half of one of these to one, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna bring this over here. A little bit short there. There we go. Oh. That could work. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Now we'll send profilers there. Antimatter milestone. You used a direct inversion mechanism to create antimatter, combining very powerful energy which came from the Dyson Sphere. If you can find a way to use it, you'll definitely benefit from it. Definitely. Alright, that's all this side completed. We've done all those milestones. We also done... No, we haven't done all those yet. Oh, the artificial star. We still need to do this. Thermal power, which we have yet to do, that milestone. We should probably do that, though. Okay, so now we just need to pull out both of these. Yeah, so we're going to spray. We're going to spray both of them. Should be able to pull this, I think. Let's be hope, anyway. Okay. Put power to it. Hopefully these aren't too close. They shouldn't be, but you never know. Okay. And we're going to need to filter these. That stuff. And that can be more hydrogen. Blech. At least we'll be using it. I'm guessing we're going to need to pull out more of these. Like turning this onto photon generation. And same with this, turning this onto photon generation. Okay, and these have enough room in between them. I don't think you can go from one to the other, can you? Oh, you can. Is that wise to do? I will test it. Because if we can do that, and then it puts it in and then takes it back out. Basically, is my thinking there. And it can be sprayed and put into action. I'll bring out those two. Okay. And inside of one of these, this recipe here. So we just need 2 more things. Put it on top of me. Oh yeah, that's right. How are we gonna output? Oh, I guess it would have worked. Trying to put it on top of me that time. Okay. Come on. So yeah, we'll just have it. Yeah, we'll just have it output directly onto this, and then yeah, have it sprayed, and then maybe go back into a box. Okay, so we're gonna limit these. Okay, so west max power. Okay. Drones. Put drones in all of these, didn't I? Okay, put that down. Max power. This one's going to be provider. We'll put drones in it as well. Okay, we need to make, or we may need to make more of these. That's kind of why I'm like leaving room. You know what? Yeah, we're just going to make more right now. 5, 2. Oh wait. I'll remove that belt temporarily. Then we're going to shift click this. Yeah, this is so much faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay. There we are. And we just gotta hook these belts up. Nice. It's like we might as well, right? Now getting this into a box as well as getting it sprayed is going to prove to be a little bit of an issue. In such a tight space, but we've already got it set up and going, so let's see. We need those and we need the titanium as well. Set this one to be titanium rod and this one to be these things. We're going to input and input. Grab this belt here. I'm gonna go to there, and then to there. Oh yeah, we need to check to see if this is working. It is not. Okay. Well, we've learned. So it has to go onto a belt. Going in between. That's fine. I had to test it though. And then this belt can come out here. Go to that as well. There we go. Okay. We are making these rods. Woo! Holy shit. And these can be our new fuel rods for making journeys and stuff. That's right here. That's one way of looking at it. Ah, you bastard. Went the wrong way. Oh. Okay. There we go. And that through there, and through there. Okay, come on. Don't lag. Not now. Okay, and then we should... Yeah, it's like we should be able to output those there. And I'm going to bring them Bring them to a little box right here. I don't know what I was trying to do there. That's a little bit weird. Okay. Insert them into... It's having a hard time selecting that. Alright, so now that we got these, is this the fuel type for this? Where did it go? Suddenly I've lost it. There it is. Yes. Those are the fuel type for that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it burns all really quickly. No, wait, no. Oh my gosh, it burns so slow. Hey, that's very nice. That's cool. That's really cool. So we got an artificial sun pushing out 1.81. No, that's not right. We got an artificial sun pushing out 72 megawatts. You built a Dyson Sphere with a huge power output of 2.87 gigawatts, and antimatter fuel rods from star power activating your first artificial star. It rotates so graciously, yet burns so intensely. The spectacle surely means that you've truly harnessed the stars and can stably transport this energy to all corners of the universe. Okay. I had to read that so graciously. That's pretty cool. So yeah, cool. Can I take... Oh, I can't take these out now. Oh, I can. Okay. I need to burn one. You can have the rest of these for now. Okay. Oh, what are we missing? Oh. Oh, this doesn't... What was that noise? So this doesn't make them very quickly. Interesting. So I'm guessing a few more of these need to be photon generation. That is a very, very strange noise that's going on right now. I don't know how many you need. Guess we'll find out. Oh wow, they do take a while. I guess if you put a bunch of gravitational lenses in, that might help. But it's very strange. Oh, that sound is so weird. What? My ears are enjoying this. I don't think we're still not fast enough. Okay. Photon generation, photon generation, photon generation. We've now sacrificed 12 of these things. Photon generation. I just want to get this close. Yeah, just get this close to being able to make these at a decent rate. Yeah, all of them are hooked up. They just take a while. Like, how fast do these stars get made? I guess it's depending on your energy, isn't it? That's probably why this doesn't say. And it needs a bunch of it as well. Oh, we are making these fuel rods. And eventually, at some point, we'll have enough of them. At some point. This is a little bit awkward because there's a box in the way. What's that trying to collide with? Get a wiggly belt. What the hell, man? It's like, well, they didn't want to play nice, so. Nope. Still not enough. Oh, now we're not getting any sun as well. That's okay. How's that Dyson Sphere doing? Oh, very nice. We're actually doing really good. Even though our Dyson Swarm's suffering quite a lot, we're still getting quite a good chunk of power. We're at 3 gigawatts right now, which ain't bad. Solar cells in total is about 2,000 nodes in total planned, 218. I've been sending these ships out, but doesn't look like they've gotten a whole lot done. And they're getting there, but it's quite cool though. I need to get someplace that's firing a ton of these, so that we can just build the Dyson Sphere extremely quickly. But yeah, I think next time I'm going to use a lot less bots. I'm going to use a lot more drones for a lot of stuff, as well as planning bigger and better and faster. There's barely any solar cells in orbit. Oh, this one's nearly done. So we're at 87,000 out of 140,000. Total generation capacity right now is 285. Or generation capacity right now is 285. Yep, that corresponds with this, or coincides with that. So 26 megawatts. So let's see, which one's the most complete? Probably this one here. 40 megawatts. Geesh, so these Dyson spheres are powerful. And as I've said before, my main concern with these is if you don't have enough solar energy escaping a Dyson sphere, would that then freeze all the planets around it in the solar system? Because we're blocking off the solar, we're blocking off the solar waves, or what they're called again. I forgot. If you're blocking that, it'd be like turning the sun off essentially. You'd freeze. Yeah, that'd be my main concern anyway. I think the other reason we're not building some of these aren't as complete as they could be is because we're missing stuff like here. Yeah, so the other thing too, building a new Dyson sphere, we're definitely going to be planning on within a certain range. So when I build it, I'm going to build just within this range on my next one. I'll just build within this range and build it up. And then when I'm ready to expand, I'll then do the research and then expand out further. That'll be on a new game, but the next Dyson Sphere, which will probably be on this game as well, is I will I will build the Dyson Sphere only in pieces, in chunks, rather than entire sphere, because that's been my downfall here. As you can clearly see, I'm missing quite a lot, just because it's quite a lot to get done there. Okay, so I guess more of these then. Photon generation, photon generation, photon generation, photon generation, photon generation, photon generation. That sound is so weird. There you go. This is almost running continuously now. Almost. I think we need a few more. Photon generation, photon generation, photon generation, photon generation. Oh, our power load's getting worse. I'm guessing it's because of the photon generation. Photon generation, photon generation, photon generation. Oh yeah, dude, photon generation takes a lot of power. As you can see, our power load, our requested power is 10. No, wait, that ain't right. Oh, that's only if a single one. If we look at the whole overload, or the whole thing here. Accumulator discharging. Okay, so our accumulators are discharging. So yeah, you can't go too crazy with the photon generations then. Because now we look at our Dyson Sphere, it sucks. As far as satisfaction, we're pretty low on power. Let me go check our solar cell status just to make sure it's not that. I'm pretty sure it's not, but yeah, we're completely full. Yeah, we're completely full over here. Okay. So it is photon generation takes a ton, an absolute ton of power. Okay, so power generation, power generation. Let's turn these back onto power generation. We're not overloading our system. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best we're going to get out of that. For one of these machines, you need a lot. Wait, do these actually... Oh, I won't stop the next one that comes in. Do these actually have power to them? We yet to burn these, huh? I'm gonna throw these away. No, you know, we might as well burn them. But can you build, or can you burn these? Oh, okay, never mind. Alrighty. Oh yeah, look at it. Ugh. I don't know how do you stay in flight mode? Without falling back down to the planet. I want to avoid that. I'm just messing around. Okay, okay, now we're burning up those. Okay, also want to burn off one of these. Oh yeah, I think it's going to take me even longer. Like it's going to take me a long time to burn off one of them fuel rods. Nice. Oh, we ran out of fuel for this. So we need a ton of this stuff then, which is going to take a long time to make. I mean, after a time, it'll probably make a bunch of it. But yeah, that's going to take a long, long time. Nice. Alrighty, I know we didn't get anything done this episode, but seeing how it's Friday, it's like being at work. But seeing how it's Friday and I got a lot else to do this weekend. I think I'm gonna go ahead and edit here. Like I said, I know we didn't get anything done really, but that happens every episode. We don't really get anything done. That's what happens. Yeah, it's we're getting somewhere. I just don't know where yet. I don't know where we're going and how we're getting there and whatnot. Actually, I might switch out this box to be a bigger one. I was just thinking, I was just like, you know, if I end up making a bunch of this stuff. But yeah, I will try and leave my game going for a while. Just so that we can build more on the Dyson Sphere. So on Monday, expect, or I wouldn't say expect, but definitely be on the lookout for this Dyson Sphere being a little bit more completed. I was gonna say expect it, but then I was just like, what happens if I'm not able to? Then they're gonna expect it now, and then I'm gonna look like a fool. I already look like a fool. I don't need any more. I don't need any more looking like fool. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode of Dyson Sphere Program. Hopefully next week we can actually do some really really cool stuff, like um, going to new star systems, um, or new planetary systems, whatever you call it, new systems, and gathering new materials that can make our life a heck of a lot easier, um, and whatnot. But that's the whole point of this. Why we're doing this is because if we can get these built up, a huge number of them, and then send that out to a new system, we only have to have a few of these in order to do what we want to do. And then we just have to send these out for systems that have these little miniature stars. We just have to send these out there for fuel. This may be only like a temporary setup. I just wanted to try it out for the most part, but I also wanted to be able to build these. This will probably be on my new fuel consumption. I think this is one of the best fuels, probably. There's probably better, but I'd say it's one of the best, though, so far. But like I said, that's going to be it for this episode and for the week. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed. And until the next time, goodbye, I guess. I guess it's a goodbye because I screwed it up. Oh well, leave it in.